Hello, Taurus, our beautiful bulls. It's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your December 2024 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the second half of December, and this reading is for the Earth sign of Taurus. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here. It is always a joy and blessing to create these videos. Thank you so much for watching them. For those of you who will be celebrating Christmas and New Year's and all of that later this month, I hope you have a wonderful, safe, happy, blessed holiday season. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is for you, cross-watchers. If you're cross-watching for Taurus, this video is relevant for you as well. If you know your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those videos as well. Helpful for additional insight and perspective. It's a general reading. It may resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. Take what resonates for you, leave the rest. If something really hits home and makes sense to you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, peel it back a bit, and reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else. We are in the holiday seasons, and personal readings make wonderful gifts. Or you simply like the reading style. If you're interested, email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can get that, also see that contact information by clicking on the description of this video, clicking on the word more. You'll see that there, along with my PayPal Me link for those of you who care to donate in support of my channel. I can usually get back to you pretty quickly, same day or within 24 hours. I would love to hear from you. I can send you more information at that time. I do offer a wide variety of reading choices in all areas of life, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. There's a little something in there for everyone. The 6 and 12-month overviews are very popular this time of year. They take a look at all areas and aspects of life for the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. A lot of people like to do it as we're ending one year and beginning another one, just to kind of get a look ahead. So something to keep in mind. And I am always very diligent and focused on the timely scheduling of personal readings as well. So if that's something you'd be interested in, email me. Okay, let's move on. Taurus, let's see what the second half of December is bringing for you. We start with the Ten of Swords. Maybe coming to a challenging or painful understanding or awareness that something is at an end, or it's not what you thought it was going to be, or it isn't going to turn out to be what you thought it might be. With the Empress, it might be a specific person that you perhaps initially thought of, like the Empress, kind of the divine feminine. This is a card of abundance, of fertility. It might be a specific person. It might be something to do with a mother or maternal figure. For others of you where it doesn't represent, this challenging energy doesn't represent a specific person, it may be, the Empress is a card of fertility, right? Which is that the time is right for planting. And when we plant, we want to nurture it and grow it so that it can grow and become beautiful and end up giving back to us as well, right? So here it's basically the challenge of some deep disappointment or hurt or pain. You may feel betrayed by something turning out differently than what you thought it was going to be, or someone. Next, we have Judgment. So this is being called to a different road. It's a call to, it's kind of a warning sign too or a cautionary sign that we are responsible and accountable for the things we say, the choices we make, the actions we take. So choose carefully. Like justice, it's about taking a kind of a moral high road. With the Hanging Man, even if that requires some kind of sacrifice, because it feels like in order to move on a different road, you may have to let go of something perhaps that you were holding on to tightly, because this is a different shift in perspective here that comes from sacrifice, and it comes from challenge or pain. I'm also picking up for some of you that this is really struggling with doing what's right and fair and moral when you're going through a period of pain and perhaps even anger or some bitterness. Again, maybe you felt betrayed or were hurt by somebody and you're trying to move forward. For some of you, there might be a challenge in kind of in the midst of dealing with that and trying to heal from that, maybe wanting to be bitter or wanting to be resentful or wanting to be vindictive. you know, because that's an easy way to cover up the pain, right? To disguise it. And some of you, it's about struggling to still kind of walk forward, keeping to your moral and ethical foundation during a challenging time period. Next, we have the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. Now I like the flow of this, because this is like Phoenix rising from the ashes, that even from this difficult and, for some of you, painful situation, I mean, it's a general reading, the intensity will vary. Some of you, this might be more moderate. Some of you, it might be very difficult, very painful. It feels like some of you have been hurt, really let down, even betrayed. Some of you, you're struggling to still maintain like a I'm a good person kind of thing. But here, when we transition into the Page and the Three of Wands, it's more exciting energy. It's okay, I'm starting off on a new path. I'm staying open to new adventures. I am at a time where I am planting the seeds for something new and something different. And, that positive feeling that comes when we know that our ideas and our actions will take root and expand and grow. So I like kind of how it transitions from the bottom of the deck, representing overall focus, overall theme. Taurus, for the second half of December, we have the Ten of Coins or Pentacles, the Ten of Earth, which speaks of long-term security and stability, meaning especially financially and materially, but it could be in, other areas or a combination of that as well. Long-term security and stability, because the Ten of Coins is, the legacy inheritance card. What does that mean? It means some of you, it might be about inheritance. I don't know. But the concept behind that is it's a present sense of security and stability that comes from the long, slow accumulation of everything that went into building it, right? So the focus is on long-term security and stability, meaning not having to worry about tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, financially, materially, emotionally, all of those things. Some of you, this might be, we often don't like to look at physical death, right? But it's a doorway we all have to walk through. For some of you, this might be about, losing a loved one, perhaps a parent, a mother, or a mother figure. And it might be about kind of having to move through that sorrow and that pain and that grief and still deal with the practical issues, inheritance or division of estate, that sort of thing, and just kind of moving through that as well. And if that resonates for anyone out there, my deepest condolences to you. All right, let's take a look at that Ten of Coins. For some of you, it might be that individual hasn't passed on yet, but they're failing, All right, Ten of Coins. Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Cups. The Lovers. Making decisions. Some of you, it's making decisions about again, for anything regarding inheritance and the division of estate, it's making decisions about that, about what to do or how to arrange, the practical components of that from someone who loved you dearly. Others of you that this reading is about having been hurt or betrayed or seriously let down by someone or even a group of someone's, it's about the fact that there's also people around you, other people that are there for you to help you and support you during this time. Some of you, that might include a personal partner, romantic partner. Let's take a look at that Ten of Swords and the Empress. The Hierophant, which is the institutional energy, Could be church, institutions, government agencies, the law. The Six of Cups, childhood, nostalgia. Yeah, some of you lost or are in the process of losing a loved one here. Three of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Others of you, I'm getting a sense of having been hurt or betrayed or let down in some sense by someone, or maybe a social group, something like that. And having that be revealed to you, and having that just really be a difficult thing to kind of grasp and accept, but coming to an acceptance of that. Again, I want to say, even for those of you for whom this situation resonates, there are still people around you that are true and that love and care about you and that will support you also during this difficult time. It really just depends, because this is a difficult time, Taurus. Because this is a general reading, Taurus, it really depends on what the difficult time is for you specifically. The rest of the fundamental energy remains the same. It might be like the loss or the process of losing a loved one, or a parent. And others of you, it's the process of losing or going through that, of not just losing a friend or somebody that was close to you or somebody that's betrayed you or let you down, but kind of shifting your ideology and how you looked at them before versus what you know now, right? And that can be a very, very difficult, challenging time too. But either way, I'm getting that around you there are people that are true and that are there to help you and kind of support you during this time. Judgment and the Hanging Man. Justice. The Three of Swords and the Emperor. It's kind of like I felt initially when these cards came out. Struggling to do the right thing, to walk in a right way, to make actions and choices that you feel are fair and equitable and even and morally and ethically right, while going through a period of pain, of emotional pain and disappointment. And again, regardless of whether the source of the challenge is betrayal, letdown, or the losing or going through the process of losing a loved one or a parent, this is struggling to kind of focus on the things that need to be dealt with and doing them in a fair and moral way, while you're also kind of dealing with, the emotional repercussions of it as well. And I salute you for it. And then we transition into some better energy here. Kind of like that point at which you still have the emotions, right? But it's kind of like, okay, but moving forward, I can see my life moving forward. Because the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands next, clarify this, is about laying the groundwork for future growth and expansion. It's planting the seeds and feeling really good about what the future is going to bring. And I salute you for that as well, Taurus, because it's having the courage and the strength and the resiliency to understand that side by side with pain and growth, because the Judgment and the Hanging Man can also represent period. It's like growth doesn't come cheap sometimes. Sometimes growth requires sacrifice, and sometimes growth comes from loss, right? One can propel the other. And having the courage, strength, and resilience to understand that and to embrace the hope and the future moving forward while you're healing through the pain and the disappointment, it takes a lot. And again, I salute you for it. Page of Wands and the Three of Wands, we have Judgment again. And the Five of Cups, grief, loss, sorrow, regret. Again, this is and two knights, Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles, moving forward in a very action-oriented, decisive, assertive manner, with practical components of that, even though you're still going through, some of that loss, that grief, that disappointment. So it's one of those sort of bittersweet readings. Okay, let's end with any advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. We have Death here, which is endings, transformations, rebirth, and accepting the tides of change and letting go of the old, taking the good parts of it with us and leaving the rest behind, and transitioning to something new. Don't tell yourself that you're not capable of doing this, of moving forward, because it's too hard or it's too sad or it's too challenging. There is much beauty ahead of you. There is a lot of possibility and potential and options and opportunities in front of you. And that Sun card: light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, and clarity through this. So I think I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. Those are your messages for the second half of December 2024. And I hope for those of you for whom this made sense and hit home and resonated with you, that it was helpful, that it was clarifying, that it brought you some validation as well. If it did, and you'd like to take a deeper look at it and reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, those personal readings do make great gifts, especially during the holiday season. Or you simply just like the reading style. If you're interested, email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info, again, by clicking on the description of this video, clicking on that word more. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the next set of readings. Again, have a wonderful, safe, peaceful, happy holiday season, and I hope to see you back here again soon, and I hope to hear from some of you as well. Take care. Bye-bye.